This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com. A lot of you are probably watching the Tom Pritchard podcast. It's also live on this channel right now. But I just watched two MMA Power interviews. Well, I tried to watch, or MMA Hour rather. I tried to watch the Tony Khan one that Ariel Hawani said was one of his worst interviews ever. And he was right. I lasted about 5 minutes and I had to turn it off. It was all fluff and just very uninteresting. Then I watched the whole Shawn Michaels one that he did from today, which was literally done earlier today. They talked about the DX reunion last night. They talked about his role as head of NXT right now, where Shawn basically said they are still not just looking to hire wrestlers with no experience. They're still looking for seasoned veterans here or there. They're also looking mostly to get NXT going as a developmental system, getting wrestlers ready to be on the main roster rather than to make NXT what it used to be, to put NXT on in big arenas in front of big crowds and make NXT a product similar to like a main roster product. It's still, its main focus right now is developmental, um, rather than what Triple H was trying to do with it in the past. And then they talked about basically how they thought it was cool that Triple H is now running WWE, as Piper wants to say hi here. And Shawn Michaels is running NXT. Would they ever have imagined it? Shawn also mentioned that he never thought Vince McMahon would be out of WWE and that Vince McMahon wanted to die while working and had talked about it in the past to keep the show going if he ever died while working. And he never thought a day would come like this, well, where Vince McMahon wouldn't be backstage, even though he still is the majority shareholder of WWE. He's just not hands on with the company anymore, so to speak. Also, it was asked to him why on the Wrestling with Shadows documentary after the Montreal screw job, it seemed like he was sitting right next to Brett after the screw job to happen. Was he scared that Brett would attack him or anything, since Brett was pissed and he ended up attacking Vince McMahon? And Shawn said, despite his reputation as not being a tough guy, at that time he wasn't afraid of getting beat up and he wasn't afraid of dying or anything. And actually, if you remember back to the backstage fight that those two had prior to the screw job, according to all reports, they were basically just pulling each other's hair. Brett didn't get the better of Shawn. Shawn didn't get the better of Brett, but they are on good terms now. That came out that it is legitimate with the last footage of WrestleMania. They are back on talking terms and they still text each other here and there. So that was pretty much it. It was like a 20-ish minute interview. And yeah, if you're going to watch between one of those MMA Hour interviews, either Tony Khan or Shawn Michaels, I'd suggest the Shawn Michaels one because nothing interesting happened in the Tony Khan one. Could I bring Shawn Michaels onto my channel? I have interviewed him once at the Rhode Island Comic Con where he said he would want to do a longer interview with me. But I didn't write his number down right. Either that or he gave me a fake number. Because when I tried to contact him after, the number didn't work. But yes, I would be open to an X-Pac interview. Triple H didn't. Well, yeah, I don't think even though NXT was more popular in those days, it still lost money. It wasn't ever profitable. That is true. However, there was more buzz about NXT than there is now. And even the other thing they talked about, since you bring that up, was the interviewer Ariel said that he didn't like anything of the past year with this rebranding stuff, and Shawn said that contrary to popular belief, a lot of the rebranding stuff actually was Triple H's ideas that he had come up with before he went out on the health leave, but some of it wasn't, and there was a lot of changes. And Shawn also brought up the one thing that you can guarantee with WWE is there's always stuff changing. Ryan Brett won't do an interview with me. His brothers have tried. He's a multi-millionaire. And every time he's done shoot interviews in the past, he always seems to get in trouble. I don't think he's done one other than for himself in years, and he's not interested in doing them for me. He's doing very well on his own. He doesn't need to do an interview with me. I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, Marty is always a great interview, and I'm sure I'll have Marty back. But that's my review of the Shawn Michaels interview from today, which was basically just about NXT and his plans moving forward with that brand.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.
I'll just keep talking till
follow us on Twitter,
because I don't know why my computer's freezing. Here we go again. Bye.